This video motivated by now removed commenter, Sammer. In this tutorial we will be going over cameos. Cameos are, I'm just going to use them as a broad term to mean all the images in the game. So that's the image of the general, the texture of the tanks in the sense of their color, the like a nuclear missile's texture, the infantry texture, the building textures, the command button images and selecting images and all that. Those are all going to be considered cameos in this sense. It's really simple to do this the way you want to do. First, you need to abstract the English 0 hour. Obviously, you should already have the INI, and you should also have the textures. If you really want to go into a deeper editing, but you really don't need the textures in general. You just really need these two right here when it comes to general cameos. The textures .big would contain the images to edit the tank colors and the infantry colors, so you don't really need that. This would be the direct cameos for the buttons and the selecting options and the nuclear the detonation for the nuclear bomb button, or like the tags that would be on the right side of the screen. Those shortcuts, those images would be part of EnglishZH.BIG. So let's get into how this works. They will be in the format that is called .TGA. I have no idea what it means. It doesn't matter. The only program, or at least the easiest program I found to edit them, is GIMP. It's a simple, kind of really not simple program. It's a little bit of a learning curve, but if you can use Windows' Paint, especially its newer version, or especially if you can use Apple's Photoshop, you'll feel right at home with this. It's beautiful. Its zoom function is beautiful because you may need to actually modify, or rather color, pixel by pixel, or even cut it by a pixel. It's beautiful. But anyway, moving on. So we will be going over how to change the image for the command button, the object portraits, and the actual build portraits. This is what that would look like right here. This is a snippet from the War Factory, since we'll be continuing our modifications from several videos right now. The Expert Crusader that I added and modified. So this would be the command button. Right here is the button image. That refers to the War Factory's command button. And then we have the actual object itself, so the actual tank, which would be located in whatever general you added your item to. And at the very top, where you see object and whatever you have it called, you'll see art parameters, and you will see select portrait and button image. These refer to, right here, this is the button image, and this is the select portrait. So this is the image that when you select a unit and you can see its upgrades and, for example, advanced training and armor. And so this would be the unit right here that it would be popped up when you select it on the War Factory. So this is the button that you would click. This is the button that you would see on the War Factory, and this is the button that when you see the select the unit. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, so in this case, when you get to the art textures, after you extracted the EnglishZH.BIG, look for the icon. Feel free to look through them all. As you can see, I have all types of textures here from all the what I added. Look for the ones that are named like this, the ones that are named like that. So in this case, we will look for SA unit interface. So SA unit interface, that's these guys right here. Um, and you might recognize these are the select images. These are the bigger images. Um, so this is going to be our base image that we will be modifying today. As you can see, there's this larger image right here, and then there's this smaller image. This is the button image for the War Factory, and when you click it on the War Factory and it builds, and this is the image that pops up when you actually click the image. So essentially what you want to do is remember these dimensions. Remember it's a button image. You know, it's typically like 60 by 50 for those, and I think it's like, I don't know, 100 by 100 for this one. Oh, 125 by 100 I did it about. I'm not sure. You know, whatever. You just make your image and have it line up with the already established. Um, let's just call it a, I don't know, tool chest. I don't know, image storage. I don't know. Obviously, make a copy of it first before you do any modifying. So, you know, that's exactly what I did. I just took a pre-existing modifying. So in this case, that's this guy right here. This is actually from another mod that I use as a base to build off of, because I took the image and I also took part of the user code. Um, so you'll find this in the INI mapped images texture size 512. Obviously, you can create your own, and it's very simple coding. As you know, just copy two of them of the last one. So you need a large image and you need a smaller image. That's why there's the larger image. What's with the L, with the underscore, and then you have the regular image. I don't fully understand the code in the sense of when you're trying to build the image, so just make sure they're both 512. It doesn't make any sense whether the size of the images would be different, but it's 512 zoom. This is a zooming factor from my understanding of playing with it, but I don't know exactly how it works. It's really weird. Um, it's really weird. Next, you will have to put in the coordinates on the background sheet. So, for example, this is the button image right here. So you would, since I'm using, GIMP, Photoshop or whatever, you have to see the coordinates, which is in this case the positions. So the positions would be on the X and Y axis. So in this case, it's 186 on the side, and that would be this side right here, the left side. And then it's 363 on the north side, so that would be the top side. And then you would just fill it in on the left and on the top, those exact numbers. Obviously, you can see it's slightly off. You'll have to cut it as you can see fit. As I said, the reason why I really enjoy using the GIMP editor is because you can zoom in that detailed. I am at over 1000 zoomed at the moment. And then you can just slightly put it down or slightly put it up or cut it or make it bigger. It doesn't matter. It's really easy to edit it. In this case, you need to also now find the right coordinate and the bottom coordinate. In this case, the bottom coordinate is right there, and on the bottom left, right here, you will see the actual coordinate number. In this case, the y that we need to write down is 414, and as we have 413, bam, boom, and then now you only need the right factor. And as you can see, I'm going up on the y factor, but the actual x-axis is not changing, so 248, see, close enough, that is the right side. Now, what this actually does is this will pinpoint the actual image that it will place in those particular areas. So in this case, this is the button image. So this coordinates draws it out, or rather, it selects the image out from this set of backgrounds, which is beautiful. It reminds me of NES ROM hacks, or actually NES programming. For example, The Legend of Zelda is just all the screens is just one big giant image that you just go tick, tick, tick the next. And that's the same way it does this. It just uses this particular image from this background. That's all it's doing. It's taking this image from the background and putting it on the forefront. And so this one would be the same idea. You just do the left side, top, right, bottom. In this case, you got to do this axis, you got to do that axis, coordinate, coordinate, not axis, I'm sorry. And that's all you do. It's that easy. And then, of course, you can draw anything you want. I just use GIMP. I wish I could make images like this. I don't know how the pros do it. They're just fantastic. And that's it. Have a wonderful night, and if you've got any questions, feel free to ask. Ciao.